Coming up, paddling for a cause.
Paddleboarders hit the water in Fort Benton today, turning the Missouri River into a stage for the fight against cancer. How the Stand Up to Cancer event is raising both awareness and support coming up.
Plus, changes announced at a popular restaurant.
Great Falls Staple Roadhouse Diner has been sold to new owners. I'll have more on that coming up.
I think it's really important to not feel alone.
And later, for parents with children with disabilities, we introduce you to a confidential resource free of charge, priceless, and impact.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, and thank you for trusting KRTV for your 530 News. I'm Tim McGonigal. First tonight, 2 Montana women are paddling for a purpose. They're traveling over 200 miles down the Missouri River to raise money for cancer support. MTN's Anissa Coomer caught up with them as they embarked on their journey from Fort Benton to Fort Peck for the second year in a row.
On the banks of the Missouri River here in Fort Benton, paddlers are launching their boards not just for the challenge of the current, but for a cause. This Stand Up to Cancer event is all about raising awareness and funds for cancer support, with participants pushing off from right here in the birthplace of Montana to make waves against the disease. This group is preparing to launch a 206-mile paddleboard journey from Fort Benton to Fort Peck, a trip that could take up to 10 days. It's year 2 of their 3-year path.
The calmness of the water on days like this and the reflection really is a time of reflection for us as well.
Last year, Gina and Kelly paddled more than 240 miles from Headwaters State Park to Fort Benton. Their goal is to raise funds to open a cancer support community chapter in Helena. The nonprofit already serves Montanans across the state, covering costs beyond medical care.
Everything from emotional support, education, wellness, travel assistance, all the things that someone going through cancer may need.
So far, the team has raised more than $15,000. They say every mile paddled represents someone impacted by cancer.
Thinking about all the people that are represented with these miles, thinking about their journey, and we are here to stand up for them.
This year's launch carries extra meaning for us here at MTN News. The first mile was dedicated to longtime MTN employee Wendy Hill, who passed away from cancer last year. MTN colleague Chad McMillan joined the paddlers on the water in her honor.
This first mile is in honor of Wendy Hill, which is our dear friend that was a longtime co-worker at MTN, 20 plus years of service. She was an incredible colleague, an incredible person, and we're just happy to be here.
The paddlers say they'll carry Wendy's memory and the memory of countless others close to heart, stroke by stroke. To find out how you can sponsor a mile on their journey, visit our website. In Fort Benton, Anissa Coomer, MTN News.
A cold front has been working its way southward through Montana during the day today, and thanks to that cold front, it is a lot cooler right now than it has been over the past few days. In Great Falls, it's 23 degrees cooler than it was 24 hours ago, and in Cupbank, it's 27 degrees cooler right now than it was yesterday at this time. Temperatures are in the 60s in most locations, and these temperatures are actually well below average for the beginning of September. It's also been windy today in eastern portions of north central Montana, and it has been breezy today in western portions of north central Montana. And it has continued to be hazy today, and the air quality has been in the moderate category or the unhealthy for sensitive groups category in most locations throughout the day. It is going to be chilly tonight, and frost will be possible in some areas as lows are going to be in the 30s and the low to mid 40s. Spectacular weather is expected tomorrow, and that nice weather will stick around for this upcoming weekend. And I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
A fan favorite when it comes to burgers in Great Falls announced that they're undergoing some new changes, but it's not the recipes and it's not the location. MTN's Quentin Shores talked to the new owner to learn more about the vision for the future of this popular establishment.
Iconic Great Falls restaurant Roadhouse Diner has been sold. Will anything change? Will it remain the same? Join me in learning where the future of this establishment lies.
Of course, it's been in the works for a few weeks now, but we decided once everything was good to go, we were just going to make a fun video and announce it that way.
A video posted on social media announced the new co-owners of the restaurant, Danica and Dylan Glico.
Response was immediate and overwhelmingly positive. Danica said that this was amazing, as you never know how people will respond to their favorite restaurant changing things.
What's going to happen? What's going to change? Is my burger not going to taste the same? But everyone was very supportive, very kind. Everywhere I walk into, every store, congratulations from everywhere. So it's been very fun.
Danica has been working at Roadhouse for almost 9 years and says that former owner Tara has been slowly training and preparing her for this role. Tara and Jason are ready to spend more time with their families and children, which is well deserved considering they've been serving this community for a decade now. But as owners shift, will anything else change?
Same fresh products, same recipes, same theme. There might be a change or two that's small, like different special ideas, different ways we promote stuff on Facebook, but the main heart of what you guys have grown to love is going to stay exactly the same.
The recipes have remained largely unchanged over the years, maintaining their popularity. They continue to draw a wide range of fans, including actors, musicians, celebrity chefs, and athletes.
It's not Tara and Jason, but it's still somebody that you've worked with forever, and I understand everything you go through, and I'll make sure it's as smooth as possible.
In Great Falls, I'm Quentin Shores, MTN News.
We paid a visit to the Cascade County Sheriff's Office Detention Center to get a better understanding of what their line of work is like. Detention officers say the biggest challenges they face consist mostly of argumentative encounters with inmates. But when a possible hostile situation could arise, it's their priority to resolve it peacefully. Corporal Isaiah Reeves gave insight into their daily encounters with the individuals inside the detention center.
A lot of individuals that come here are not the happiest of campers. They usually have a bad history with law enforcement or any kind of authority in general. It's a struggle trying to maintain peace as much as we possibly can, but we still manage to get it done as best we can.
Another officer we spoke with explained for them the most rewarding aspect of the job is the camaraderie among the staff. And we'll have more from them and inside the detention center coming up tonight at 10. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, paved the way for 100 parent training and information centers across the country. There's at least one in each state catering to families and parents of kids with special needs. In Montana, it's located in Great Falls. I had a chance to visit the Montana Empowerment Center.
What other disabilities are covered under the 504? I think that people with disabilities are teaching all of us what their abilities are.
Heidi Gibson is the executive director of the Montana Empowerment Center, the Treasure State's Parent Training and Information Center.
Our mission is to help parents with children with disabilities ages 0 to 26 to help them navigate the special education process.
The center serves all 56 counties and thousands of families, providing guidance on topics including special education rights, individualized education programs, or IEPs, and the transition for high school to adulthood.
IDEA for short.
The center's services are free and confidential, and they're funded partially through federal dollars, along with foundation grants and donations. One thing that sets it apart is the staff and supporters have firsthand experience with the mission.
We're actually required under our federal funding to have a board that the majority are parents with children under the age of 26 with a disability. Something meaningful.
Program coordinator Jean Schrader can relate. Her son Jordan may be best known as being the face behind Pumpkins for a Cause. She says the center can help parents of kids with disabilities alleviate the anxiety and burden of finding help.
To be able to know that there are people out there that can help you get started on, okay, there are supports available for you, this is how you connect to them, is really helpful.
It's important to know the center works closely with students facing disabilities that don't stand out on the surface.
We want to bring light to the fact that not all disabilities are visible, but they can impact their lives just as much.
Gibson and Schrader say there's no manual for parents of kids with disabilities, making an organization like the Montana Empowerment Center invaluable.
Having a group like this that can bring other parents together and to be able to share experiences and being coached and encouraged by someone who has been through that journey, I think that's our real strength.
Our kids are way more alike than they are different. We all learn differently. All of us learn differently, and we want to find the right fit for them and the supports because they can achieve whatever they want as well.
The Montana Empowerment Center has several IEP workshops coming up starting this Saturday at the Great Falls Public Library. A session for professionals who work with families will take place September 18th at the Alliance for Youth in Great Falls. And a session for parents with a focus on transition to adulthood is scheduled for October 2nd, also at the Alliance for Youth. We have a link with more information and registration details on our website. Electricity prices are surging more than twice as fast the rate of inflation. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, prices have climbed 5.5% over the past year. One reason for the hike, the power needed for massive data centers that are fueling the artificial intelligence boom. Some areas of the country are seeing much higher price increases, and research shows that about 1 in 6 households are behind on paying their energy bills. Getting health insurance through your job is about to get more expensive. Employer benefits consulting firm Mercer collected the numbers in a survey. It found workers can expect to pay on average an additional 6 to 7% in premiums next year. Some employers say they'll try to limit those increases, but that typically means you'll pay higher deductibles and out-of-pocket costs instead.
Takes me longer to float.
Coming up, we dive into the low flows across western Montana waters this summer.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Well, we've talked a lot about record-setting weather this summer, but hot, dry conditions have taken their toll in the western Montana region. MTN's Carolyn Weiss took a trip out to better understand why water flows are looking so low.
Parts of Lolo Creek are completely dry. Like much of western Montana, water is in short supply.
It's like completely dried up and fish are dying in places.
Paddler Nate Nielsen has noticed that the water is low
Extremely low.
while floating this season.
I've been doing a lot of the Bitterroot, and it's not the Bitterroot River anymore. We call it the Bitterroot Stream.
And it's not just the Bitterroot or Lolo Creek. It's a problem around western Montana, an issue KPAX's meteorologist Aaron Yost has been tracking.
We saw above average temperatures for May, June, July, August. It just compounded, and that has made a lot of our stream flows from the Blackfoot River to Rock Creek to the lower Clark Fork, just everywhere around west central Montana, a good 50 to 60% of normal. So we're well below average where we should be seeing our stream flows.
2025 started off with almost 95% of the state in a drought. With little snowpack and hot, dry temps, that's continued in much of western Montana.
This year, Mother Nature wasn't too nice to us, unfortunately.
And you can see the impact in our waters. Nielsen's been seeing it on the Bitterroot and other rivers.
Can't even float it with fins on the paddleboard right now.
Many are hoping for more moisture as we head into winter.
We can really hope that next spring runoff is nice and slow and we get those rains for May and June, but otherwise it's going to be quite some time before we start to see those stream flows rebounding.
While the flows are low, Montanans' love for the water is not drying up.
Takes me longer to float. Damages my gear a little bit more, but other than that, I really don't care as long as I'm on the water.
In Lolo, Caroline Weiss, MTN News.
After witnessing the devastation of the Bridger Foothills fire firsthand, one local photographer, Jessica Hayes, was inspired to create a book showing how destructive wildfires can be and the impact of climate change. MTN's Esha Walia spoke with the lifelong Bozeman resident about her photographs.
The earth was just completely blackened after the fire.
Jessica Hayes is a lifelong Bozeman resident, teacher at Bozeman High, and longtime photographer.
When I was majoring in photography, I think I really found my voice.
Jessica tells me growing up in Montana shaped her interest in photographing nature.
I think my interests in landscape and how it affects us and how we affect it are really tied to my upbringing here in Bozeman, in a town that's so connected to the mountains and the landscape.
Her interest in wildfire photography specifically was sparked by the Bridger Foothills fire.
It was so different and so changed. I was devastated, and I remember just crying in my car.
After the fire, Jessica helped a family who lost their house recover their belongings.
And I remember each step I took, there'd be a little poof of ash, and it would release the smell of the fire.
After witnessing the brutal destruction of the Bridger Foothills fire, Jessica set out to photograph fires all over the West to show the
emotional and existential distress caused by negative environmental change,
and
creating an empathy and understanding for what it's like to live through these events in your home.
5 years and 50 fires later, Jessica's book is complete with 80 wildfire photographs and multiple short essays.
The book will look similar to this.
For Jessica, finishing the book just in time for the 5-year anniversary of the Bridger Foothills fire feels
like it was meant to be.
To purchase Jessica's book and view her photographs, visit our website. In Bozeman, East Shawalia, MTN News.